If you're thinking about moving to Philadelphia, I want to be very clear about something up front. Philadelphia is a great city, but it is not great for everyone, and it may not be right for you. So today, I want to do the opposite of most of my videos. I'm not going to sell you on Philly. Instead, I'm going to walk you through 6 facts you absolutely need to be okay with before moving to Philly this year. And stick around until the end, and I'll show you some big mistakes to avoid. Let's start with one that you may already be facing right now. Philadelphia is not sexy, at least not to the world, your family, your friends, your coworkers who live in a different city. Philly has a perception problem. So if you move here, you're gonna have to deal with some naysayers and misinformed people hating on the city and wondering if you went crazy. Seriously, I didn't make this up for a video. I live this vicariously through my real estate clients looking to relocate here to Philadelphia. So, if you give in to peer pressure too easily and care about the opinions of other people, don't move here. Just don't. However, you may just find the most undervalued and best city to live in if you ignore others and embrace the truth about Philly. Just come out for a visit and check it out for yourself. Next up, Philly is not a car-first city. It never has been. It was built long before cars, and it still operates on proximity, density, and walkability. So if you're used to wide roads, easy parking, and structuring your life around your car, Philly is going to be inconvenient and potentially stressful for you. Streets are narrow, parking can be tight, and daily driving may just frustrate you. But the flip side, and this is what surprises most people after they move here or once they start checking out. If you're comfortable structuring your life around walkability, proximity, and convenience, Philly becomes incredibly easy. You can walk to dinner, walk to the grocery store, walk to the doctor, walk to the park, walk to meet friends. For many residents, the moment they stop trying to live here like it's a suburb is the moment the city starts working for them. However, if you can't get over your suburban life and can't give that up, Philadelphia is probably not right for you. The third fact you need to be okay with is cleanliness. Philadelphia is an old, dense city, and cleanliness is not uniform block to block. Some areas are cleaned daily with supplemental crews, like many areas of core Center City. However, other areas rely almost entirely on city services, and you'll feel the difference immediately. Trash pickup schedules? Well, they vary. Public trash cans fill up quickly in high foot traffic areas. Street sweeping isn't consistent everywhere. You can walk a few blocks, and you feel like you're in a completely different city. For some people, they barely notice. They expect this from a dense and historically old city, and they move on with their day. But for some, it can be a strain. If cleanliness is something that really bothers you, it's unlikely to stop once you move here. And that's why neighborhood choice really matters so much here. Let's talk about the fourth fact that you need to understand: real estate transfer taxes. Buying and selling property in Philadelphia comes with a hefty transfer tax, and it's real money. The combined city and state transfer tax is higher than what many people are used to, and it affects both buyers and sellers. As of the time of this recording in 2026, the current transfer tax is 4.578, which is typically split between the buyer and the seller on a home transaction sale. So if you're someone who moves frequently or trades properties often, that can be painful. It's not something you want to discover at closing. But if you're planning to stay for a while, especially if you're downsizing, relocating here for the long term, or buying a place that you intend to enjoy, the transfer tax often fades into the background. It's a cost of entry, not a reoccurring tax. But it's one that you need to understand up front and not rationalize later. Next up, let's talk about public transit. Philly has it, and well, many people use it every day. However, this doesn't mean you'll want to use it every day. Philly's public transit network is called SEPTA and covers the city pretty well, especially in walkable areas. But the real issue is whether your expectations will align with how it actually works. Reliability varies significantly, delays happen, off-peak frequency drops. Some routes are excellent, others not so much, and require some patience, especially the bus routes. Don't get me started on the buses here. Some of my clients are die-hard public transit fans, but many never use it and transparently never will. The city does really have a long way to go in improving our transit system. Not just the reliability, but cleanliness and safety, and even the appearance of safety. Some of the entrances to the subway station in particular are horrendously ugly, like this location right here at the north end of Northern Liberties. Now, on a plus side, you can easily walk around the city and not even use public transit, and the convenience of an Uber can't be beat. That being said, if the city could improve, and I hope they do, improve SEPTA even by 15%, that would be a massive game changer for the city of Philadelphia. All right, now let's turn our attention to one of the most important realities about Philadelphia. You have to choose the right neighborhood for how you live. Philly isn't a one-vibe city. In fact, it's famously known as a city of neighborhoods. Two people can live just a few blocks apart and have a completely different day-to-day experience. Safety, noise, cleanliness, walkability, parking, and the overall rhythm can change, not just neighborhood to neighborhood, but block to block. That's not a flaw, it's how the city works. Where people run into trouble is when you assume one area represents the entire city, or when they choose a neighborhood based on a single factor without thinking through the daily rhythms of their life. The people who end up loving Philly almost always made intentional choices. They understood how they live, what they value, and which neighborhoods align with that. The people who struggle usually aren't wrong about the city, they're just potentially in the wrong neighborhood. And here's something important to say clearly. You don't need to live here for a year before buying a property. Many people buy successfully right away, especially my clients. The key isn't time per se, it's guidance and alignment. That is exactly the guidance that we seek to give you guys on this channel, but even so much more once you reach out so we can connect. Just send us an email and let us know what you're looking for, and we would love to help answer any questions that you have. Now, once you understand how these neighborhoods work and choose intentionally, a lot of the anxiety disappears. The city stops feeling unpredictable and starts feeling, well, logical. Daily life becomes manageable, walkable, grounded, familiar. Philly isn't a city that tries to impress you right away. It's a city that makes more sense the better that you understand it. And once it clicks, that's usually when people decide to stay. So, if you're considering move in 2026, don't ask whether Philly is perfect. It isn't. Ask whether the city, and more importantly, the neighborhood, fits how you want to live. When it does, Philadelphia can be the most rewarding, livable, and grounded cities in the entire country. And if you want help choosing the right neighborhood, the right building, or just understanding how these realities show up day to day, again, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I help people make this decision literally every single week, and we love helping our clients pick the right neighborhood for them. And click this video to learn 26 reasons why you must move to Philly in 2026.